This hand-me-down was the inspiration for this project because it reminded me of a 1920s garden dress. It was a shawl from Forever 21 made out of cotton net with cotton embroidery over it. I started this project by putting it on my dress form to see what I was working with. I also looked on Pinterest and found 2 examples of extant 1920s lace dresses for guidance. One from an auction website and the other from the Metropolitan Museum. I decided to combine elements from both of these in my dress. I also found a couple of pictures from the 1920s as reference for the overall look. After removing the tag from the back, I decided to start by sewing up the front to create a V neckline. The embroidery on the front edges was arranged in a zigzag design, which I fit together like puzzle pieces and whip-stitched closed. I previously marked the bottom of the neckline so I knew where I wanted to stop sewing. It was definitely worth stitching by hand because the thread appeared to be part of the original embroidery when I was finished. I could have left the dress like this if I wanted to, but I wasn't thrilled with the bat-wing look of it and I wanted it to fall on the body a little differently. So, after thinking about a few solutions, I decided the easiest would be to gather up the shoulder seams to create a shorter sleeved look and an interesting drape over the body. To do this, I ran 2 gathering stitches right next to the shoulder seam. I chose to sew through the seam allowance so that I would have a few layers of the delicate net to sew through instead of just one. I also used a thick embroidery thread to make sure it wouldn't break under the weight of the fabric, which was surprisingly heavy due to the embroidery. I filmed this video 2 years ago, so when I was looking through the footage, I had completely forgotten that I was watching Gilmore Girls with my mom and sister while sewing this, and this hilarious commentary was left in the background.
I like when you apologize to Lori, though.
Yeah, you know what, Lorelai? I'm sorry, but that was a little more serious than one of your quirky jokes.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, Lorelai. Lorelai slander is very much appreciated here.
She really couldn't tell.
Lorelai bugging you?
She was shit on me. It's not your fault, right? Why are you acting like that, Bean? It wasn't her fault. I'm not. Wait, how tall is he? Is he 6'1" or
6'2". I made sure my gathering stitches were small and even. After finishing them on both sides, I pulled the threads to shorten the sleeves to the length I had decided on, which was about 3 inches. Then, I tied off the threads quite a few times so the gathering stitches wouldn't come out. I've learned a lot since I filmed this video, and if I was making this dress again, I would have definitely backstitched on the inside of the gathered area for extra security. This would give it more strength and take some of the pressure off the knots on the ends of the threads, but a less experienced me didn't think of that.
Look who it is!
I am really happy with the way this dress turned out. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to see the making of the 1920s slip and undergarments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.